Okay, so we have a new year here. And I'm telling you, I'm driven. I'm pretty focused and I'm pretty driven to accomplish a lot of things that are making me pretty uncomfortable, you know? And I think we're all kind of in that spot where we have these things that we want to accomplish, but the discomfort is really intimidating. And some of the discomfort lies in breaking free from what we've always done and worrying about what others are going to think of us in doing something different for ourselves. And that's a hard thing to do. People have expectations of us. People have ideas of us. People want us to kind of stay the same. I don't know if you notice that people in your life do that, but they just kind of want you to stay in your lane. And they kind of become, you know, a little bit of a lobster. I've had those big time. Lobsters are no fun. Lobsters are the ones who are like, they see you kind of getting out of the tank and they yank you back in. I've wanted to pursue a dream and they've been like, that's precious. Yeah, but maybe you should focus on being a mom. I've actually had to cut a lot of those people out of my life. I'm not suggesting you do that, but I've had to look at a lot of situations and say, okay, when it comes to my goals and when it comes to my dreams and what I want for myself and my sons, who's actually helping and who's actually hurting. And when I've looked around and kind of looked at the world that I was in and the people that I was surrounding myself with, I had to take a big gulp and say, I gotta make some cuts. It was awful. It was rough. But I had to kind of stand back and say, okay, the people who were being negative about my dreams and about me, frankly, and what I was capable of, I stopped and I thought, okay, look, these people don't pay my bills. They don't do anything. They don't contribute to my life, really. They just kind of show up and dump on me or criticize this or suggest that or kind of minimize it. You know, they were just those people. You know you have those people, relatives or, you know, long-term friends or something where they just kind of show up and they don't effuse support for you. And that's hard. That's hard. You want people who care about you to also care about what you want for yourself. And when they don't, you got to take a step back and realize anyone who's negative toward you and what you're trying to accomplish, you have to tell yourself, okay, this person doesn't pay my bills. I don't depend on this person for anything. This person probably has a blind spot and has their mind made up about something either for themselves. Maybe they think, well, I can't accomplish this. Why should you be able to accomplish this? Or I can't break out of my life. Why should you break out of your life? They're kind of trying to pull you back in so they don't have to face themselves. So that's nothing to take personally a lot of times. And so when it comes to not caring what people think and when it comes to staying focused on your goals, those kinds of naysayers, you can put them on ignore. They're not going to get it. You're not going to prove yourself to them. You don't have to explain yourself to them, and you can go on with your goals. When it comes to the broader public, when you're trying to accomplish something and you're worried about judgment, you're worried about what people will think, I can pretty much guarantee you most people aren't paying attention. I'm terrible. People ask me, like, how do you not care what people think? How can you walk through a room and not be like, hello, 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 hi, hello, hello. Like, oh, because I don't wear contacts. What? It's that simple. I don't wear contact lenses. I don't even know who's looking at me. I just see blurs. And so I just kind of stay focused on the goal of the room. And usually it's not making eye contact with people, saying hi to every single person I see. It's not anything personal. I just literally am not paying attention. It's probably the best thing I've ever done for myself. It's probably the best thing I've ever done for myself because it's exhausting to have to look around and care who's looking at you and then feel like you owe them something when you make eye contact. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, it's exhausting. And so not wearing contact lenses, it just kind of, you know, alleviates this burden of, oh, is that person saying hi to me? Is that person, did they wait? Was it me or was it, oh, were they, hi. No, if I just don't see you, and you get used to that about me, then you'll know that you have to come up and talk to me. Like at the gym today, this guy literally had to come up and be like, hi. And I was like, oh, it's you. It was glorious. I can just tune everybody else out. And yeah, so most people just aren't paying attention. So if you're worried about, you know, embarrassing yourself or what are people going to think, most people are usually focused on their own insecurities and they're not paying attention. another thing to realize, and I think I'm realizing this the older I get, is that, oh my gosh, nobody knows what they're doing. That should be a bleaker feeling. I know it should be just this horribly, like, this moment of just low darkness and despair, to realize I don't think anybody knows what they're doing. We all don't know what we're doing. We all have our talents and our wheelhouses, and we contribute in that way, but nobody overall has their life together. And if they do, I guarantee you there's a room in their house that they're just shoving everything in and hoping nobody notices. Everyone has a room like that. I have at least a room and like 7 drawers that I'm like, I don't even want to open it. I don't even know what's going to come out of there. Hey, if it doesn't smell, I don't want to have to, I'm not going to open that door. I'm going to shove stuff under it now. Everyone has that thing where they're like, yeah, I can't, not today, not today, or ever. So nobody really knows what they're doing. We're all doing our best. I think we're all doing our best. No, that's not true. I think a lot of us are doing our best. I don't know about that either. Shoot, I don't know. Look, I'm just saying that there's nobody that really is in a place to judge anybody else, because we all have weaknesses. We all have deficits. We all have struggles. So once you are pursuing your goal and you're on this, maybe you're in a different path of like trying to pursue a talent of yours, you're going to realize in that field, everyone's kind of guessing too. There's no formula on how to succeed at any one thing. There's always people going, I don't know, maybe this will work. Hey, what if I try this over here? Hey, look, this new thing came out. Think that'll work? I don't know. And then everyone tries it, and sometimes it's a miracle, and sometimes still people don't know what they're doing. So I just think, hey, if I'm out there doing my best and I'm trying to do my best at any given thing, I can pretty much guarantee people are out there going, I don't know, she looks like she knows what she's doing. There are people who are like, oh, look, she looks like she knows what she's doing. We should ask her how to do that. I don't know. That's a big mistake. I guess I know how to do this one thing okay, but it's not a total experience for me. It's just, look, I figured this one thing out. So for the most part, people are guessing. So you can take that right off your table to think that people are judging you because they know how to do it. For the most part, total crapshoot. My last tip is that if someone does know what they're doing at something, they're probably not going to judge you for not knowing how to do it if you're trying. If you go to someone who's good at something and you go to someone who's succeeded at something difficult, almost every time they are going to want to give you advice. They're going to want to support you. They're going to want to guide you. They're going to want to encourage you. Like with me, I've written and published books. I love writing. It's one of my favorite things on the planet. It's how I function in a lot of ways. And when someone comes to me and says, I want to write a book, I'm not like, stupid. Ever. I'm always like, really? Amazing. How can I help? Some people I've just met, they're like, hey, I just heard you were an author. Yeah, I was thinking about the story I want to write. What's my first step? Okay, you got 5 minutes? I got 5 minutes. Never in my life have I ever been like, get over yourself. You'll never get this. Ever. So if somebody is someone that is further along the pursuit you are on, and they're further down that path, and they're doing great at it, that person is probably not going to scoff at you and say, why don't you just give up? That person's going to know how hard it is to take those steps. That person's going to admire you for taking those steps, and they're going to encourage you to take even more steps. So when it comes to pursuing what you want out of this life and doing your best in this life, you really cannot think that others are just standing around judging you. And if they are, no, they're done. They don't get it, and that's fine. So I'm already proud of you. It's going to be a great new year. I think we're off to a good start, guys. I think we're off to a really good start. And I think there's nothing but good ahead. So you take those steps, find those people who will support you, find those people who get you, and keep on going. Don't worry about what people think. Just take your contact lenses out and go. You got this. Hope this helps.